Hey, Park Central folks. I've been thinking a lot the last few days about the beginning of Psalm 122, where it says, I was glad when they said to me, let us go to God's house. I have been missing being in God's house, in that beautiful, glorious space at Park Central. It's a part of life that I'm grieving right now. Some of us might feel like we don't have a right to grieve right now if we're not sick ourselves or know someone who is sick or struggling. But I want to tell you today that it's okay to be grieving right now. In fact, it's really good to name and express what we're grieving. Whether it's your daily routine, whether it's being with your grandchild that you love so much, whether it's being in a space that you inhabit, or being able to go to God's house. So I thought today I would share a little bit about my grief with the hope that you might find something in my stories that help you express your own grief. I have worshiped and worked and prayed and played in God's house all my life long, from growing up as a preacher's kid to being a pastor. And when I moved from one place to another, I have so grieved being with people, but I've also grieved the spaces where we worshiped and prayed together, where we made so many memories. So I keep in my office these paintings and depictions of God's house, God's houses that have been important to me. So I want to share a couple with you. First, my grandma's church. It was the place where she worshiped for over 50 years, where I sat with her in the pew on the summer visits and fanned myself with my bulletin and listened to the squeaky old electric organ. It was the place where we said goodbye to her. And then the church I grew up in. Inside the sanctuary, the walls were dark red, this unusual color, and the story was that the paint came from Georgia red clay and buttermilk. And that tells you a lot about the faith and Southern heritage mix in that place. And I have so many memories there with people, I couldn't even begin to recount them to you. The next is the first church I served as a pastor in Selma, Alabama. It is a spacious sanctuary in the middle of downtown, a place where there were courageous saints during the civil rights era, a place where a young lawyer told me he used to come during the week just to sit in his pew and feel the presence of God. He was also the one who said as a little kid, he used to reach out to touch the preacher's robe when he went by because he thought the preacher was God. Then there was the little church by the stream in North Georgia. This church, Silver Creek, was a big rambling family, and they always had dinner on the grounds together. There's the church that Andrew and I served in Oswego. It was a bright, white, brand new building when we came there. It was full of promise and sunshine and children's laughter. And we had Easter Sunday morning in front of the stained glass window that showed Mary and Jesus in the garden. I thank God that we will return to the hallowed space of Park Central. It is a place that is deeply prayed in. It is echoing with hymns and the trumpeting sound of the organ. It echoes with the faithful words of Scripture. And I can almost taste the bread and the wine and feel the water of baptism. So today I'm grieving not being in that space, in God's house. And I invite you to name your losses and griefs in this time, whether it's feeling safe, whether it's feeling that you can trust what is happening in the world, whether it is the loss or potential loss of someone you love. Name your losses and express them. Grieve. You can lament to God. Work your way through the Psalms. They will give you those vehicles, that poetry to say and name what you are feeling in this time. Please continue to take care of yourselves, lean on God and each other, and we will talk again soon.